Welcome back to the Healthy Skin Show. I'm Takashi, your healthy skin coach, helping you get clear skin and preaching to the world why food is the ultimate medicine. Today, I'm going to talk about the anti-inflammatory effects of medical marijuana. But first, I want to shout out my new website at healthyskincoach.co. If you want a free consultation with me about your nutrition, about your skin, or about the inflammation inside your body, or how to optimize your health, book an appointment with me, and I hope to talk to you soon. So, this morning, I was doing a quick jog around the neighborhood, and I ran into a lady, very nice lady, and she was talking about how she needed knee replacement surgery soon because of the pain that she was going through. But during this quarantine, she started taking vitamin D supplements and noticed that she was experiencing less pain. So I was telling her the anti-inflammatory effects of vitamin D and how food is the ultimate medicine. For me, I get vitamin D from the sun because it's way more efficient. Just 30 minutes of sunshine on your skin equates to about 10,000 to 20,000 international units of vitamin D. And what happens is the ultraviolet B rays integrate with the cholesterol in our skin in order to synthesize vitamin D. And I was sharing with her how she has built up inflammation in her body, and I can help her reduce all that inflammation in the body with changes in diet and lifestyle. And there are so many changes you can do in your life in order to start optimizing your health, to reduce all that built up inflammation in the body in order for her to feel less pain in her knees. But it can also apply to clear skin, to mental clarity, to less pain in muscles and joints, and better health overall. So now let's dig into why marijuana has anti-inflammatory properties. And I was researching the role of cannabis in inflammatory diseases and came along this great article written by Sarah Russo, who is a writer, a cannabis consultant, and a social media and content manager. And she titled it Molecular Mimicry, the Role of Cannabis in Healing Autoimmune Disease. And she talks about how autoimmune diseases can happen when your immune system starts overreacting to antigens, whether that's food antigens or external allergens. In most cases, it's food related. And your immune system starts overreacting to these antigens and causing inflammation in the body. And that can cause all sorts of autoimmune conditions like Crohn's or arthritis or psoriasis. So here's the triangle of autoimmune triggers. Obviously, we can't change genetics, but we can control the environmental factors and the gut imbalance factors in order to reduce the symptoms that you experience when you have triggers or autoimmune flare-ups. And with conventional treatments like Humira, which is the best-selling drug in the world with $20 billion in revenue, what it does is blocks TNF, which is called tumor necrosis factor, and it's one type of an inflammatory cytokine or a signaling protein in the body. And so when it blocks these proteins, it starts to slowly reduce inflammation in the body. But if you've seen my previous videos, I presented you with all sorts of foods that does the same thing and decreases TNF. One of them being curcumin or turmeric, another one being omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA found in fish oil. Another one is magnesium. Other conventional treatments include immunosuppressants like steroids, which can have negative side effects like decreasing blood supply to various parts of the body and creating fat deposits in the face or other areas. If you're suffering from chronic pain, steroids may not help address the root cause of the discomfort. In general, immunosuppressive therapy is incredibly expensive and not always effective. So then Sarah, the author, goes on and talks about how we should actually modulate the immune system and not suppress it like these conventional drugs are trying to do. And modulating means to get your immune system back in a normal state. So if this is the base level for your immune system, and you have an autoimmune condition, your immune system is overreacting, and then the drugs are trying to suppress it and get it to here. But she talks about how modulating the immune system to the base level is the best way to start healing. And then she talks about how the cannabinoid receptors inhibit the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines and enhance anti-inflammatory cytokines, which helps to restore a balanced state. So I wanted to look at the mechanism of action behind medical marijuana to see what exactly it does with these cytokines. She goes on to describe one example by Dr. Bonnie Goldstein, who's seen a number of patients with lupus and rheumatoid arthritis wean off pharmaceutical drugs and control their symptoms with cannabis, dietary changes, exercise, and stress reduction. Dr. Goldstein reported that after 2 months on cannabis, the patient discontinued 3 of the pharmaceutical drugs, experienced a significant improvement in her pain symptoms, and was able to participate in her life again. Okay, so I'm most interested in the mechanism of action behind marijuana and what it does with these pro-inflammatory cytokines. So I looked into a research study titled Cannabinoids as Novel Anti-Inflammatory Drugs, written by the University of South Carolina's School of Medicine. And it talks about the discovery of 9-tetrahydrocannabinol, which is THC for short, is the major psychoactive principle in marijuana, which has led to a significant growth in research aimed at understanding the physiological functions of cannabinoids. These receptors include CB1, which is predominantly expressed in the brain, and CB2, which is found in the cells of the immune system. And what they found was that at the molecular level, THC has been shown to inhibit the expression of interleukin-1 alpha. These are all pro-inflammatory cytokines. Interleukin-1 beta, 6, and TNF alpha. So I talk about TNF alpha a lot in my videos because there are alternative solutions to using Humira, which sells $20 billion worth of these drugs to people all over the world. And people think that this is the only option in curing their inflammatory disease. But I'm presenting you alternative solutions like certain foods and certain supplements and certain plant-based solutions like THC in order to help you reduce TNF levels in the same way that Humira does, in helping you reduce your inflammation and start healing your symptoms. So here's another research study from the University of South Florida College of Medicine titled Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is THC, suppresses tumor necrosis factor alpha maturation and secretion. And the results of this study was that TNF alpha production by macrophages was altered greatly by exposure to THC at the levels of TNF alpha precursor, maturation, and secretion. And this research study was published all the way back in 1996. So think about all the new research that's been done on marijuana and THC and the cannabinoid receptors since that time. So let's look at a more recent research study titled Cannabinoid Reduces Inflammatory Cytokines, Tumor Necrosis Factor Alpha, and Type 1 Interferons in Dermatomyositis in Vitro, published in 2017 by the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. And their study investigated if the anti-inflammatory effects of a non-psychoactive cannabinoid called agulamic acid could target the cytokines pathogenic in cutaneous dermatomyositis, which is a skin condition that gives you rashes and also weakens the muscle. And what they found was this agulamic acid, which contains cannabinoids, significantly suppressed TNF alpha secretion and significantly reduced interferon A production, which are both inflammatory. But this finding can also be applied to other inflammatory diseases, which stems from having too much TNF alpha and other pro-inflammatory cytokines in the body. So, these research studies are very, very promising for the future in how we can treat inflammatory diseases. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Please visit my website at healthyskincoach.co and book an appointment with me if you need help with nutrition or with your skin, or if you want to optimize your health so that you can reduce the inflammation that's been built up in your body. Okay, so stay inside, everyone. Stay safe. And until next time, Taco is out.